This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about Isaiah Rodgers. He blasts critics. Also, we got to talk about the schedule. And lastly, got to talk about Quinyon Mitchell. Yes, he wants a ring, but let's get straight into it. All right, so before we get straight into it, yo, I never thought in a million years I would be saying, yo, cut on that Netflix, cut on that Amazon to watch football games. But man, Netflix signed a 3-year deal with the NFL. They got some Jerry Jones doc coming out. Look, Netflix really want to be a part of the NFL. They probably seen what Amazon was getting, the bag they was getting. And now this is the norm. They're going to be streaming service taking over the games, but let's go over each streaming service. All right, so CBS and Fox is king right now, but then you got ESPN with 23, Peacock with 22, so they're coming up. Amazon with 16, NFL Network with 7, Netflix with 2. Look, now I probably got to tell my wife we can never move from the Philadelphia area because the prices to watch games is going to be ridiculous. You might as well just go to a game. After you buy this streaming service, this streaming service, this streaming service to watch your favorite team, if you're out of towner, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, man. It's going to cost. Then some of these streaming services, they're going to take over the playoff games, but players want more money. And the NFL got to get it from somewhere. I mean, the fans give the money, but they need the big bucks, and streaming service are paying those big bucks. So guys like AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, guys like that to get paid. But Howie is probably enjoying this because, hey, more money the NFL get, more cap space we get. So that's how we got to look at it in a positive way. But yes, this streaming stuff is going to hurt a lot of pockets. Also, let's talk about 2 rookies that just got signed. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. got signed, and I'm going to call him Dylan M. just got signed as well. So that leaves 2 more rookies. 2 more rookies to get signed. And we all know the 2 rookies' name. Our favorite guys, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Both haven't been signed, but of course they will be signed. And yeah, man, the roster is shaping up little by little. I think everybody will be signed probably, I'd say before training camp. The 2 guys will be signed before training camp for sure. So, again, no reason to worry about that. These 2 dudes will be paid. But let's stay on the rookie. But let's talk about Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell was on WIP, and he spoke about the Eagles, and he was asked a question about the Eagles winning and what's his expectations, and this is what he had to say.
What's going through your mind about year 1 for you as a cornerback with the Philadelphia Eagles? What do you hope to achieve, and what does it mean to you to now be an NFL player in the city of Philadelphia for the Eagles?
I mean, it feel a lot. I mean, it mean a lot. Just like great players, great organization, a great city. I mean, year 1. I mean, I just want to win a Super Bowl. I feel like we got the players on this team, the coaching staff to do it. So we just got to go out and execute and just grind every day. It's not gonna take one day, 1 month. So we just got to go out and grind every day. So I mean, I feel really good about year 1.
You know, Quinyon, I sense, and I noticed this in other interviews, but I feel it here with this one. You sound to me, and I mean this as a great compliment, you sound very confident. Is that a fair way to articulate the way you feel?
Oh yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Guy wants a ring. A rookie wants a ring. He talking big talk. I like it because Quinyon come off like a quiet dude, put in the work. That's what I was taking from the interview. But to hear him say like, yo, we got the pieces like right now. Like we could go get the ring right now. And I agree with him. I do. Look at the offense. The offense is there. To me, the defense is there. If I had to question anything about the defense, it's 2 things. 1, can Jordan Davis be that guy? Yes or no? That's 1 question. Second question, the linebacker room. Can Devin White prove everybody wrong? Can Nakobe Dean prove everybody wrong? If Trotter Jr. number is called, can he do his thing? Can't forget about Zach Bond because his name is starting to get up there. Is he ready for a big role? Because New Orleans basically, had him as a special teams guy. But the way Vic Fangio talk about him, like he might be special. So can he do it? Those are my questions. But other than that, it's no real questions. You could go into like depth on the defensive ends. Is Bryce Huff ready to take on more snaps? Like you could go into that, but the two big questions you have to ask is, can the linebacker room hold up? And can Jordan Davis really be that anchor we need? So we will see. But Quinyon Mitchell is definitely right. It's going to be interesting what we do with him because I'm conflicted with Quinyon. Of course, I want him to start, and I believe he should start. But me knowing the Eagles, if James Bradbury showed any sign he could go back to that all-pro level, Eagles would hold back on Quinyon Mitchell. I know it's hard to hear that, but if James Bradbury showed any sign, like, yo, I'm working in the system, he's playing back to that all-pro level, Quinyon will be redshirted. I'm telling y'all this now. He will be redshirted if James Bradbury is playing at a high level. But can James Bradbury do it? We will see. We will definitely see. But let's get into the next topic. All right. Let's talk about Isaiah Rodgers. Isaiah Rodgers, he was on Twitter. He posted some pictures of him, in practice, minicamp, and he was responding to people. And one guy asked a question, and this is what the tweet said. They trying to say you won't make the cut, bro. That's crazy. Isaiah Rodgers had to say what he had to say. They said I wouldn't be back either. ... I could care less what they say. I control what I can control. I like the way Isaiah Rodgers talk. It's not even a secret no more. I'm a big Isaiah Rodgers fan. I'm just keeping it a buck. And to me, to say he's not going to make the team is a little ridiculous. Now, we could banter back and forth if he's going to start or not because we're so deep in the DB room now. But to say he's not going to make the team is utterly ridiculous to me. I'm sorry. Anytime I compliment Isaiah Rodgers, you guys come at me like, oh, you think he's the next Deion Sanders or something like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the guy can play at a high level. Look, he was ranked, by PFF, the 6th best corner or something like that. Then it covers like the 5th best corner. The tape shows it. There's an infamous tape out there, him versus Devontae Adams. Shut him down. He catch picks. Hell, even if he don't start for whatever reason, he's probably your best returnman on the team. I won't say a lock, but he's damn near there. He's damn near there. It's no way you sign a talent like him on a cheap deal, let's keep it real, to cut him. That would be silly. We have Vic Fangio. Like, he will know what he's looking at in Isaiah Rodgers. So, for some reason, anytime a content creator, anybody say Isaiah Rodgers is that dude, I guess the fans or the people in the comments come at the content creators like we saying something bad. He can play. He can flat out play. The argument against us is, well, he did sit out a year. Maybe he did, took a step back. Or do you see how deep our room is? Well, let's go over the room. Do you think, who do you think is better than him right now? Zach McPherson is not better than him. Josh Jobe is not better than him. I don't think Keely Ringo is better than him. And Keely Ringo is going to make the team. I don't think he's better than him. I don't think Eli Ricks is better than Isaiah Rodgers. The only guys you can say are somewhat or maybe, you got Slay. Of course, Slay is a Pro Bowl, all-pro type level dude. Definitively, that's the only guy you could really say that's like, okay, he's just straight up better than him. You can't really say Avonte Maddox is better than him. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean still got to prove it at an NFL level. So you technically can't say they better than him. They are projected to be better than him, but you can't even say that either. Isaiah Rodgers is in our top probably 5 best DB in the room. Believe it or not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Eagles fans for some reason hating on Isaiah Rodgers, but he's probably like the 5th best corner in the room. Who's what? CJ Gardner Johnson, but CJ Gardner Johnson is a safety. Do he count? It's like, bro, I'm telling you, y'all sleep, man. Y'all definitely sleep. But let's go over the last but not least, the schedule. Let's talk about it. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the schedule. So when I look at the schedule, I see 3 losses. I see, and mind you, I hate doing the schedules. You see, I don't do the mock drafts anymore because you just never know how things shape up. Like you never know how the training camp goes for a team or what injuries happen or if a suspension happened. You just don't know what can happen that can affect these games. So I'm just going by paper and how it's laid out and why I think things will factor. But week 1, Brazil against Green Bay. Basically, neutral field. I don't like it being on the neutral field against a Green Bay team because this is an NFC matchup. This can come down to, you could go to week 1 and possibly determine why this team wasn't first seed and why this team is second seed. Like it can be down to this week 1 game. But I think we handle business. I think we handle business Friday, 8:15 primetime game. I think we handle business. It's going to be a tough game, but I think we more gel, more established than the Green Bay Packers as we speak. So I think we get that week 1 win. Week 2, you got Kirk Cousins in prime time. We've been cooking them, and I think the streaks still stand. We beat the Falcons week 2. And mind you, the Falcons are a little dysfunctional right now, and Kirk Cousins is not happy, what happened in the draft. So I believe we get them. And if you really look at that, that's somewhat like a mini bye if you think about it, because you got a game Friday, then you got to wait all the way to Monday to play the next Monday to play the next game. So that's a lot of days off. What, about 10, 11 days? If my math right. Yeah, I could be off. 9 days, 10 days, whatever. Then you got the Saints. I believe the Saints, we're better than them. We got to win that game. We start the season 3-0. We red hot. Week 4 is tricky, believe it or not. Even though I believe we get the win, we're going to start off 4-0. But we play the Buccaneers the end of September. If you've ever been to Tampa, end of September, it can be still 90 plus degrees outside, and that can affect the away team. So weather is something to watch week 4. Like if it's extremely hot, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could catch us slipping, but I believe we're more talented. If you get like a 70, 80 degree weather game, I believe we could beat them, and we go into the bye week. Week 5, I think that's the only sketchy thing about the schedule is the week 5 bye. I don't like it because then what? You playing a lot of games just basically straight. You got some Thursdays to Sundays, which is basically another bye week if you think about it. But let's talk about the Browns. I believe we beat them. We're 5-0 at this point. We beat the Giants. Okay. And this is where we get our first loss. It's going to be close. Again, depending on injury or whatever, I believe this is where we get our first loss against the Bengals away. It's going to be a close game, but Joe Burrow gets the victory, unfortunately. Then we bounce back. We're going to bounce back against the Jaguars. Dougie P comes to the link, and we beat them again. I see that. We beat them again. And then we go to Dallas. Dallas beat us. So we got a loss, win, loss. And then we just go on a little streak. We beat the Washington Commanders. We beat the Rams. And then we go to Baltimore and lose. The reason why I don't say Baltimore got the better, team than us, but look at the travel. You travel from the link to Dallas. That's a lot of traveling. Then you travel back to the link to play Washington. Then you travel to Cali to play the Rams. And then you got to travel right back to the East Coast and play the Ravens. And I think they catch us slipping. Now you at home against the Panthers. That's a win. You play the Steelers at home, that's a win. Washington, now all these games from Baltimore, all these games are close. We're not taking no planes from Baltimore and all the way to the New York game. So the Baltimore game will be our last loss, in my opinion. And it all depends on how everything shape out. So say like we in the first seed, we in the catbird seat, and we gotta play the Giants at the link. No matter if we win or lose, we still first seed. Basically like a bye game. We probably play the starters the first half and then take them out. And I believe we only lose 3 games, man. So the 3 games I believe we lose: Baltimore, Dallas, and the Bengals. Those are the games I think we lose. Other than that, I like how the schedule played out. We didn't get like a gauntlet like last year. Like they didn't put, oh, Dallas, Ravens, Bengals, and who else is a hard team? And the Browns all in a stretch. It's like it's mixed up. Like, okay, we got the Browns at one point, then we got the Cowboys, then we got the Ravens. Like we got them at certain points. So yeah, man. The schedule, I like it. I like it, man. I really like this schedule. Besides the week 5 bye, other than that, it's pretty favorable. You know, it's pretty favorable, and we get those quote unquote mini buys. Like that Washington game, my font is so little. I believe that's a Thursday night. And then the next game against the Rams, I believe like that's a Monday night. I'm sorry, y'all. My font, y'all probably be able to see it better than me. I don't got the best eyes. Y'all know y'all always call me sleepy eyes. So yeah, I don't got the best odds. I believe that's like a mini buy. Then that Friday, the Friday game to the Falcons game, that's like a mini buy too. So hey man, we got a couple of those little ones in here. But hey man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? How do you feel about Quinyon Mitchell? How do we feel about the schedule? All this good stuff. But this is Eagle Owl. I'm out.